The last time we talked a little bit about not married to medicine. We talked about the housewives, one of the topics we touched on. And one of those topics was Phaedra and just how she did a little reunion with the housewives down at the Meg Thee Stallion concert, and how she, was a little shady, and she left Sweet Tea out on the floor on the front row while she went and hung out with Meg Thee Stallion. That was a little shady. I love me some Phaedra. I love my girl Phaedra. But she didn't have to leave Sweet Tea out, out there like that on the floor. Now, I did a little snooping around, and I went out to Sweet Tea's Instagram page because I was wondering, if she and Phaedra took any pictures together. And so I went out on her Instagram page and did a little snooping around to see if there were any photos of them. And curiously enough, she took pictures with some friends, I guess, that she went to the concert with, but she didn't take any pictures with Phaedra, it appeared. I could be wrong, but I just didn't see any pictures of her and Phaedra on her Instagram. And I just took a screenshot of her Instagram, and there's just nothing there of her and Phaedra. As you can see, I think there are a couple of photos of her and her friends, but as you can see here, there's just nothing of her and Phaedra. So then I went to Phaedra's Instagram to see if maybe there were some photos maybe on Phaedra's page that I just may have missed. And there's nothing there on Phaedra's page either. So I'm like, maybe, they're just like friends just to be friends on the show. Maybe they're just not friends in real life. Maybe there's some bad blood, especially after that whole thing at the concert. So then I decided to look a little bit closer to see if there was some bad blood between these two after Phaedra pulled that stunt that she pulled by leaving her. Because I know if I had a chance to meet Meg and I was left on the floor while Phaedra went and had a backstage moment with Meg Thee Stallion, the hot girl, I would have been pissed too if I was left on the floor while, they had a Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion, left me on the goddamn floor. I would have been pissed off. Granted, I'm not a part of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but still, I would have been mad if I was left, while she went and had a reunion. Left me, and I would have wanted to meet Meg. Huh? What the hell? So, I just thought that was kind of messy. So, I want y'all to just to rekindle your memory of the exchange that Phaedra had with Meg, because even Meg caught on the shadiness of it all. When Phaedra, tried to clean it up a little bit, and she was like, just say hi to Sweet Tea, because I got the feeling that Sweet Tea was a big fan of Meg. So she was like, yeah, say hi to Sweet Tea. And so, Sweet Meg was like, well, where the hell is Sweet Tea? If she's here, why you didn't bring her? So let me let y'all watch it's just like a little 15-20 second video. So here it is right here.
The motherfucking stallion. And please tell Sweet Tea you love her.
I love you, Sweet Tea.
She your Texas sister.
Where's she at?
She was here. She was on the front row, but she couldn't get back here.
You ain't bring her.
I didn't, but I love her. I mess with T.
Hey, bye, y'all.
I'm here with Meg, the motherfucking stallion. And please tell Sweet Tea you love her.
I love you, Sweet
She
Tea.
your Texas sister.
Where's she at?
She was here. She was on the front row, but she couldn't get back here.
You ain't bring her.
I didn't, but I love her. I mess with T.
Hey, bye, y'all.
Oh my God, I had to play it a couple of times so y'all can see. What the hell is wrong with Phaedra? There is nowhere in her rabbit ass mind because she have thought that was okay. She has no conscience. I feel like being a reality star, it is embedded in you to just be the worst shady person ever. It's like, how do you sleep at night, Phaedra? It's like, how do you play in that girl's face? I would have ripped your wig off. I just don't get it. How does it even benefit you to treat that girl like that? Anyway, so I went back to Sweet Tea's page after that because I'm like, Sweet Tea, how did you even react after that BS? Because obviously you saw on social media this clip the next day, if not the same night. So Sweet Tea does subliminally respond to the shadiness, okay? And honestly, I don't think I could have been polite. Honestly, I just, and this is Sweet Tea. In my personal opinion, I feel like she subliminally responded to the BS. And she puts a Instagram post up, and she says here, when you be real, you don't worry about who's fake. And Phaedra has this nickname that I think Nene gave her back in the day, and it's called Phony Phae. So that was her little response to how Phaedra treated her by leaving her out there on the floor. And as you notice, you see how the girls here at Real Housewives of Atlanta are dressed. They're very chic. They're all, they're label whores. They're all very chic, very couture. They're always wearing the best of the best. And Sweet Tea is a little on the countryside. She doesn't necessarily dress the best. She's a little tacky. Somebody needs to get her a stylist for real. And normally, when girls first start on Housewives, especially, she's your regular everyday girl. Truly, Sweet Tea is a regular girl. She is not a girl who is used to being in the spotlight. She is your regular everyday girl. She is not a celebrity. This is her second year being on Married to Medicine. So she is not used to being in the spotlight. Phaedra kind of reminds me of Sweet Tea when she first started on Housewives. If you remember Phaedra, I'm going to get a photo of Phaedra and I'm going to put it right here. In fact, just look up right here. This is Phaedra when she first started on Housewives. Remember when Phaedra had those little roses in her hair when she had the baby shower, her baby shower? I think it was her first child. She had those little roses. Phaedra looked tacky back then. Phaedra reminds me of Sweet Tea back when Phaedra first started on Housewives. So Phaedra really should be trying to help Sweet Tea in her fashion. So I just feel like Phaedra's forgotten where she's come from. And I feel like Phaedra should be trying to help this young lady in her fashions and trying to help her realize, coming to herself. And so this kind of annoys me with Phaedra. And I think Phaedra's looking down on Sweet Tea. And I see a lot of Sweet Tea in Phaedra, and vice versa. So instead of treating Sweet Tea like she's an outsider and she doesn't belong, she should be trying to help her come up, that kind of bothered me. And I feel like that's why Phaedra left her out, because Phaedra's looking at her like, oh, look at the way she's dressed. Phaedra's being a mean girl. Phaedra, get your shit together. Because as much as you are a fan favorite, you can be looked at like the underdog and be cast out. You could become the next J-Lo, the most hated of celebrities. Don't be like that, Phaedra. Don't be a bitch. Moving on.